Oh, that sounded weird. Very, very strange. Okay. Oh, definitely going to be a target now. You know why? Because we've got, what you call it? There's a flag. So, you know, if there's a flag, then you get targeted. Right? Isn't that so? Let's see who comes in. My fingers hurt tonight. I don't know why. Shoot. Girl, what are you doing? I thought you were out. What's up, Chica? Let's see. Can I switch on here or no? No, doesn't let me. Damn it. I don't, hey Picker. I don't want to say too much because I don't know. Oh, well, I didn't know like how long you'd be out, you know. So, you know, I didn't know it was like for a set time, I guess I should say. Let's see. Let's see, is Coffee gonna like this this topic? Wait, I'm trying to see. I thought I put this on. I thought I put this on. Did I not? Oh, I thought I put this on public. All the top shelf. Wait. But if it's something else, they can. How did it go? It's a little bit. How was it, dear? What? Oh, so no, sorry, Picker. I was talking about the my a video that I have on my other channel. I thought I had already put it on public. You got a notification? Yay, Coffee must have too. Because it came up, or she saw me on, so she must have got a notification as well, which is good. That means it's working. But I just want to play some stuff that I've been seeing, and I am curious. Hey Dee, yay! How are you? Yay! I love it when you guys can find me. I'm glad you didn't forget about it. Now I'm just giving you guys a forewarning, okay? Obviously, this is where I talk about things that are a little more controversial. And I do have some stuff I want to talk about. You know, I talk about it a little bit on my other channel, but I really don't that much. If you've noticed, I've really kept away from, I used to talk about it a lot more on my other channel. But this one, I mean, I kind of let everybody know I was setting up for that purpose, mostly. I want to know, this is something that has been on my mind lately, and that is, okay, you know, all the people that are doing that are totally invested and just eating, sleeping, breathing. Yeah, they are, Picker, exactly. Eating, sleeping, and breathing, all these true crime cases. My thing is, when you think about it, there's nothing anybody can do about these particular cases, right? And there's so many people covering all of these different cases, trying to figure out and be right. And when in all reality, nothing anybody says or does is going to change anything. Now, are there, and it has been put out that people who are doing the Summer case, the Summer Wells case, they are hindering the police from doing their investigation. They have said that. It was on the news. And so, because people are giving out wrong information. And so it's, it's what I want to know is why more people aren't concerned about what's going on in our country. So many people are too busy on social media, either fighting or, hey, Jamie, too many people are too busy fighting on social media, too busy spending all their time in these crime cases, too busy, to pay attention to what's really going on in the country. And before they know it, our country's going to be gone. We're going to have no more rights, and that's it. And they're going to be like, well, what happened? All you conspiracy theorists, which they call us all the time, we're crazy, we're lunatics, we're this. Do people not pay attention to what's in the Bible? It seems as though a lot of things are coming to fruition about what's in the Bible. And I don't believe that this vaccine is the mark of the beast. Not yet. But from things I've listened to, read, watched, it's coming very soon. They're trying to figure out how people respond to what they're doing right now. How in the hell do they already have so many names of variants before there's even the variant? How did they predict that this was going to happen? How did they know? Why did they say this particular people in power say they don't trust the FDA? They don't trust the government. And these are politicians. What, you think people are just going to voluntarily take this jab? Are you kidding me? This is what they said back when Trump was in office, right? But now that Biden's in office, we're expected to, and it's getting to the point to where if we don't, you're going to suffer. And I want to let you listen to a few things. That's just the protocol in regards to naming the variants. Could be wrong, but that's the only way it makes sense. So listen, hold on. There's a couple things I want you to hear. Where did she go? There's a gal I really like on I'm trying to find her. What's this one? Is this one from today? Okay, well then, fine with that. If that they have names, 12 names for it already, fine. But
sounds a little familiar, doesn't it?
Okay, so
Sorry. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to this.
Hey everybody, my name's General Mike Flynn. I'm here to promote the movie, The Deep Rig, and you can find it for free.
Okay, if you guys want to watch this movie,
deeprigmovie.online, deeprigmovie.online. I represent the America Project, a 501c4 nonprofit. We were formed to preserve the American way of life and to fight for freedom.
Okay, Deep Rig movie. Gotta watch that.
Freedom for every freedom-loving person around the world. The outcome of the 3 November election is definitely in question.
Yeah, we know. Mine shows 3, but it's weird. A lot of weird things have been happening. Okay, what's this one? Hold on.
I'm not asking what's in the infusion. I'm not looking up all of the ingredients in the infusion. I am
Dee, we're all here, honey.
and I am taking the infusion.
Picker's here,
Show
Coffee's
me a
here,
puppet
you're
without
here,
showing me a
Jamie's here.
puppet. The ignorance surrounded in this video is insane. Are people starting to see the agenda behind these? Are people starting to see the agenda behind this nonsense? She pretty much says she's not going to look into what's going inside of her body. She's just going to put it inside of her body. And they'll use her, 1, because she's black, 2, because she's a woman. And you got so many people out here thinking that they're actually trying to help minorities when actually it's the complete opposite. They use minorities for their own agenda, which is for there to be less minorities. To not be aware of what's going inside of your body is to be ignorant. So in other words, she's telling people to be ignorant. Watch this.
Called a pandemic among the unvaccinated. This is becoming a pandemic of the unvaccinated. A pandemic of the unvaccinated. This is an epidemic that's occurring in the unvaccinated. We're seeing a pandemic among the unvaccinated. This is becoming a pandemic of the unvaccinated. Pandemic of the unvaccinated. This is a pandemic of the unvaccinated. We have a pandemic among
Biden could barely even say vaccinated.
We could have had this under control. We were well on our way. And the only people that you can blame, this is shaming, this is the truth. Maybe they should be shamed. But the unvaccinated.
Guys, this simply can't be true because people who are vaccinated are still getting it. This is just something with a secret agenda. This is them wanting separation and division. They did it with black and white in the past. Now they're doing it with this nonsense. You ask, why do they want us divided? Why do they want us separated? Because when we are together, we are powerful. We are unified. They are terrified of that. They want a divided country where we need them for certain things. Don't you realize that they're buying up most of the farmlands? They want us to need them for food. Now you got them giving us stimulus checks here and there. And you got so many people out here so happy because they're getting stimulus checks. Do you not see what they're doing? They want to control our money. They want to control us completely. We really need people to start waking up and stop being blinded by the media propaganda. The news is full of lies. Nowadays, if you post something and it says fact check next to it, it's a fact. They own it all. That's why this is a time to be unified more than ever. Because together we stand, divided we fall. And they know that. That's why they want us divided. They do not want us to stand on our own 2 feet. They do not want a nation under God. Don't get mad at the people who sleep. Wake them up.
The vaccine is... Can someone explain to me why this number
Okay,
is
so
showing up in like 17 different articles from around the world? Is this from Shepparton News, Australia? This is from Kentucky?
233, the same number in all of these places. 233.
Hawaii? Let's see.
I mean, there's 17 of them. So that's very... Oh, okay, you guys. I have to show you this, okay? Hold on. You know, January 6th? Hold on. I have to show this to you. Okay, you got to listen to this guy and then watch, okay? Why am I'm lagging. Okay. I'm going to start this one over. Hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. Okay.
Is an investigation into those actions and activities which may have resulted in the events of January 6th, and also whether or not there was collaboration between those members, their staff, and these terrorists.
Don't let your lying eyes deceive you.
Also, 4 police officers now have committed suicide over January 6th. What did they know? They didn't just commit suicide over January 6th. I'm lagging on my end, Picker, big time. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back. Maybe I just need to do that. Last night it wasn't like that. That's weird. Okay.
You can make your own hydroxychloroquine, which is going to keep you healtty. You take 3 organic grapefruit, 3 organic lemons. You take
I made that. You can make your own hydroxychloroquine, you guys, if you want. If you ever feel like you're getting sick. Okay. This says, did head of Pfizer research say CV19V is female sterilization? It says false, right? Then it says Yeadon and German physical Wolfgang Wooding sent a letter to the Medicines Agency calling on EMA to halt clinical trials of Pfizer's CV vaccine in the European Union. In the letter, Woodard and Yeadon stated that the Pfizer vaccine blocks a protein that is key in the formation of the placebo to mammals. And they claimed that it is possible women who receive the V could become infertile. However, they did not state as fact that the V causes sterility, and Health and Money News, as the Health and Money News headline suggests.
Did you get? Buckle up, fuck puppets. It's about to happen. Follow along.
Fuck
real
puppets.
Closely with this one, okay?
Okay. But okay, so they have the dates though, you guys. So they have the names. Great. Like you guys say, okay, they name the hurricanes. They name whatever. Okay, so Delta, it was set for June 2021. Epsilon, and it's funny, a lot of these are names for fraternities. Epsilon, July 2021. Zeta, August 2021. Eta, September 2021. Theta, October 2021. Iota or Lota, November 2021. Kappa, December 2021. Lambda, January 2022. Mu, February 2022. Nu, March 2022. Psi, April 2022. Omicron, May 2022. Phi, June 2022. Sigma, August 2022. Tau, September 2022. Upsilon, October 2022. Phi, November 2022. Chi or Chi, December 2022. Psi, there's Phi and Psi. January 2023. Chi is December 2022, and Omega is February 2023. Yeah, they have said that we're into the next one. That there is Delta and Epsilon. Whatever. Hold on, what's this one?
So on August 11th, Mike Lindell is holding his cyber symposium where he is offering a $5 million reward to prove the election fraud results like incorrect or something, right? But fun fact, FEMA is also scheduled to hold some kind of nationwide emergency alert on the same day. This is also the same month that, Donald is supposed to be making his return, and we're also supposed to be seeing the 5G towers turned on. Let me remind people that 5G was developed by the military as a weapon. The radiation that it emits causes COVID-like flu symptoms. Start spreading awareness about this on TikTok. Like
5G is scary, you guys. 5G is very scary.
I'm losing housekeepers left and
Oh,
right.
listen to
because,
this guy.
Every time the service
Picker,
sends a
did you want to
housekeeper
come
my
up?
house and they test positive for coronavirus, I can't have them work around my kids. I have 2 trans kids in my house, both on puberty blockers, and you realize they are vulnerable. They're immunocompromised. We need more people vaccinated. I voted for Joe Biden, so I'm happy.
Listen, I'm all for, no, if you're a child, I am not for being on puberty blockers. Sorry. No, absolutely not. Listen, sir, if you want to do that with your children, that's your choice. But don't tell me I have to get a vaccine because your children are transitioning and they're taking medications. So I have to put something in my body that I don't want in my body. Sorry.
We're getting more migration to Dallas, but until we mandate these vaccines, we're going to continue to get people sick. We have to get creative. In New York,
We have to
they're
get
giving $100 plus a free hamburger. Here in Dallas, maybe in the urban.
In New York, they're giving $100 plus a free hamburger. In Dallas,
centers, we give free KFC. We give free tacos in the Latin markets because the Latin markets, I'm telling you, I've had multiple housekeepers die from the Delta variant. And then
bullshit. That's a bunch of honk shit. Listen, he's stating he's had multiple housekeepers die of the Delta variant. Bullshit. I want to see proof.
So hard on my children, Decca and Alex, because what a 9-year-old, when they lose their favorite housekeeper and
sorry, you shouldn't. Listen to what he says. When you lose your favorite housekeeper and the new one doesn't cook like the last one did.
they lose that pupusa recipe, when the service sends the next worker, that housekeeper doesn't make the same recipes. So my kids are going through just a total turmoil. So we have
that's
losing housekeepers.
Total turmoil. Oh my God. Oh, that was some politician. Hold on. That was in Dallas. Hold on. It was on Open. Hold on. I'm going to go back. I have to back it up and go back on it. It was on.
I'm losing housekeepers left and right because, listen, every time the service sends a housekeeper to my house.
Okay. It's on Open Microphone Morning Speakers, Dallas City Council. Dallas City Council. Right. Exactly. And they're saying they have recorded 12,000 people have, passed away from the V, right? They're saying that's only 1% of the actual numbers. Well, 8 months ago. When did they start giving the vaccines? No, it's actually the guy. It shows him at the city council. Oh, I gotta drop the link. Hold on. Right, Coffee, but that doesn't mean that nothing is true that us conspiracy theorists think, right? Or that is proven.
Almost 2 years, and
oh, he's good looking.
All right, what the fuck is going on here?
Okay, fact check. Bill Gates was not arrested by the U.S. military. Okay, what's this? I didn't even hear that.
I looked into it a little further, and USA Today says fact check: Bill Gates was not arrested by the U.S. military.
I didn't hear he was.
What's going on? All right, what the fuck is going on?
Let me see. I never heard he was. Hold on.
Okay, this could be my favorite one right here. Bill Gates says it was a huge mistake to spend time with a known pedophile. My bad.
Okay.
We just happened to be hanging out. This convicted. I didn't know he was a pedophile. I had no idea.
Bill Gates has opened up about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender and wealthy financier accused of sexually abusing dozens of under. Okay, speaking with Anderson Cooper on. Of course, Bill Gates says it was a huge mistake to spend time with Jeffrey Epstein.
All right, this guy was not lying. I went to this site to check out this on realrawnews.com. You can check it out up there. The military arrests Bill Gates. U.S. military on Tuesday arrested Microsoft founder Bill Gates.
Hey.
Awkward.
Hey there.
So there's two different things that by Michael Baxter. Okay, August 1st, 50,465 watchers on there. News USA, it says that military arrests Bill Gates. Michael Baxter reported. But the thing is, and people don't seem to get this,
All right,
Picker, is
here?
that these dirty ass evil politicians and people in Hollywood, they're all over the place. They own they own everything, right?
Mhm.
Everything leads back to them. They own everything. So they can cover up things. I mean, they can cover up. They can make lookalikes. People think that's a conspiracy theory, but it's not. They can make masks. I mean, my goodness, people work in
Yep.
Hollywood, right?
Yep.
And it can happen, and it does, but they can lie. They can have anything put on Google they want. They can have anything put on fact check that they want.
Yep.
Because only a small amount of people own all these businesses. That's why all the small businesses had to go out of business. Did you see the bigger businesses, Walmart, Amazon, all these places going out of business? Did
Nope.
you see them having to shut down? But the small businesses had to shut down? Come on.
No. Well, Amazon in particular, has benefited massively from the lockdowns. Coincidentally, of course.
Yeah.
Um,
It's crazy. So what's going
Yeah.
on there?
in Australia, Sydney's in lockdown. I think we've been in lockdown for 3 weeks. There's another 3 weeks to go. The number of new cases yesterday was, I think, 300 and something, which is a high number for Australia.
Because did you
That's
say you guys only had one death?
I mean, it was at one point it was like only one recent death, and then they started the lockdown. But there are some deaths. I don't know what the numbers are, but they're pretty low. I mean, they're in the tens and the low tens even.
Right.
And I think I'm right in saying that last week Brisbane went into lockdown following the death of somebody in his 90s. I think that's accurate.
So 10 people are under. That's enough to lock everything down. Even though
Well, that's what they've been doing. I'm no expert. I haven't been following it that closely, but since March of 2020, there's been, in most states in Australia, there's been multiple snap lockdowns, just on the basis of 1 or 2 cases. And then they've gone into a lockdown for 3 days, 5 days, a week or so. So that's happened many times. Victoria went into a long lockdown, I think, in July of last year when everyone else was open. And they found it very painful, and that's what's happening to Sydney right now. And Melbourne has just gone into a new lockdown for, I think it's 1 week. Yeah, so I mean, their strategy, as far as I understand, is lock everything down so that everything gets contained and goes away. I mean, that's the general approach. But we're 18 months into it, and it hasn't gone away, so it doesn't seem to be working.
It's not gonna work
No.
because, again, they've had so many false positives.
Yep.
So, and there's been nurses who have come out and talked about, and they've actually worn they've worn video in the hospital and shown that it says this person was tested negative for this, twice, but they're in there being treated for it. I mean, it's just crazy. Treated for it. And then she said this guy went in for that and he didn't come out because they put him on a,
Ventilator or something.
And he died. Yeah. For no reason. And then she said they're mixing COVID patients with non-COVID patients.
Right.
I
mean, to me, like, obviously neither of us are experts, and frankly it seems like nobody is. So we're all kind of guessing. But there's all kinds of fuckery going on, and just there's a whole well of weirdness surrounding the subject.
Not
one thing.
Transparency.
There's no transparency. The science. I mean, the science isn't even science. Can I say that? I mean, the V's have not been tested or haven't had any long-term studies. Right. That's clearly a fact, and that is essentially. Is it relatively fair of me to say that's anti-science ultimately to release a treatment or such, which hasn't gone through long-term studies? I mean, that goes against all medical practices, modern medical practices. Correct me if I'm wrong.
And they're saying you need to put this in your body, and let's just see what it does to you.
I mean, there's so many like subtopics to discuss. Like, why are they? And it's not just a recent thing, was it Krispy Kreme that was the first, or perhaps it was Burger King that was the first to give out these incentives to get the V, and that was months ago. And it's just continued and continued, and the rhetoric has hardened from the politicians, even in the face of new facts and science coming out. The head of the CDC, if I've got this right, some lady, she I've just watched a video earlier today. She's been interviewed by Fox News or something, and she says that that the V does not stop transmission.
Right.
It doesn't stop you catching it, and it doesn't stop you transmitting it.
Right.
All right. So how's it a vaccine then?
Yeah. What's it for? And what other? I mean, when in our lifetime, or in it, has anybody been told they have to take anything? It's crazy.
Well, I think the shaming part is crazy. Yeah, I mean, it is, and I remember, like, in your main channel, at the end of the day, months ago we were discussing this, of course, and I remember talking with Blue Moon. I remember mentioning the passports, and I remember mentioning about it becoming mandatory. Obviously it was all just speculation, but that's where these were terms which were starting to be mentioned, probably.
Actually, they said people have actually died from from after even having the vaccine.
20,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you
that's
mentioned
what we know
12.
of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you mentioned 12,000.
Yeah.
That VAERS, which, as far as I understand, that's official government statistics. As far as I understand, is now above 20,000.
Right. But that's, yeah. And they've even, I mean, doctors and stuff have even come on and said that's about 1%. 1% of
Yeah.
what the total amount that really have.
Right. Yeah, I saw one social media post, which of course could have been fabricated, and I can't remember it in any case, but it was basically from a nurse or a medical practitioner saying that they only had to report. It was something like this. It's going to be slightly wrong, I'm sure, but they only had to report an adverse effect from the vaccine if it led to death.
Right.
I don't know if that's true or how accurate that is, but I mean, we've got, for me, I think I've heard you mention before, Bella, that you're not a fan of Elon Musk. I am a fan of him, and I remember he was talking, he went on his interview with Joe Rogan, and he talked about the incentivization of doctors to, whatever the right term is, but to classify a patient as having had COVID, even if they died about something completely unrelated.
Yeah, that's been said by many people.
Yeah, and is, I believe, based in fact. There are literal financial incentives for the hospitals. Yeah, to do that. So to me, like, if I was to use the term manipulation of data, it's been there right from the start.
Right. Well, there's a website that talks about it. Coffee, is it? It's called VAERS, I think. VAERS. Is that how it is?
Yes.
Yeah, and it lists but it's only a percentage of the people who have actually. And so you say 20,000 is few comparatively. Okay, even if there was only, comparatively speaking, 20,000 who died after getting this, what about all the people who have had terrible, terrible side effects? The tremors where they can't stop, like the heart problem. I mean, there's so many different things. This thing is not FDA approved. It wasn't even tested before putting it in people. I don't know how anyone can defend this vaccine. I don't. It's like if someone wants to take it, that's fine. But don't make me feel bad and say that I'm going to give it to you because I don't. What if I don't have COVID? I'm not giving it to anyone. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I think there's,
I could catch COVID and still be fine.
yeah, well, the vast, 99 point, whatever the percentage is, extremely high percentage of people that get COVID survive.
They just, all you do is if you get COVID, go into your house, stay in there for a couple weeks, take care of yourself, and I'm sure you'll be fine, except the elderly, the very old,
Yeah, or the obese, or
Yeah.
those with an underlying issue or such.
Right.
Yeah, Andy, I've started seeing, because they used to say self-quarantine for 14 days. I saw, I'll say, a headline mention that's been cut down. You only need to be quarantined for 5 days. It's not, you get over it within that period. When I've seen people on social media just anecdotally tell their experience having caught COVID, the tendency seems to be, oh, I got it, felt really bad for 2 days, and I was over it.
Right.
Seems to be the tendency. Having said that, there's quite a bit of talk about long COVID symptoms, brain fog in particular, a loss of IQ, just inability to focus and things like that. So I'd rather not get COVID personally, but I don't think the vaccine is the solution. Maybe it will be. Maybe they'll release a new one which won't cause problems and will actually work. But You know, I can't see. I don't think there's anything silly or unreasonable or erratic about not having faith in the current crop of vaccines, given what we're told by the leading scientists.
Yeah, I did hear that, Jamie, that there's, I think I heard Biden say it. Someone said it that, and I won't get it then, but other people will, and that's fine. I can understand if somebody wants to get it, if it's been, but how is it getting FDA? I mean, who are they testing it on? Like, do we get to know the data, and is it forthcoming? Are they being transparent? I feel like a lot of this stuff they are not being transparent on. And again, it's my choice. If somebody has the right to murder a baby in their stomach because it's in their body, which, don't get me started on that, then they should have a damn right to decide what they're going to put into their body.
I agree.
How can you say one without the other? You know what I mean? And
your body, your choice. That's their slogan.
yeah. See this, it's fact check. Look, if you fact check, VAERS data does not prove over 20,000. Okay. So, reports stemming from a false news video. It was a false news video that the U.S. Vaccine Adverse Event System reporting system recorded a sharp increase in deaths due to COVID-19 vaccinations in July 2021 are untrue. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC representatives confirmed that a review of death certificates, autopsy, and medical records does not establish a causal link to all CV but acknowledged some deaths have occurred in connection with the Janssen, isn't it supposed Janssen COVID? I didn't even know there was a Janssen one. When was this date? So this was the undated video seen on social media sites is visible here. Okay, let me see. I want to see it. Okay. Oh, I haven't even seen this one. Oh, this is on Rumble. I have a Rumble account, but I am pro-life because that's taking another person's life. With the vaccine, it's taking my life. If I were to take it and something bad happened to me from it, am I willing to take that risk? I'm saying if they are so your body, your choice, they're saying that your body, your choice, you get to do whatever you want with your body. Okay? I'm saying it from their perspective. Then it should be my body, my choice for the vaccine. That I'm not I am against abortion, by the way. Again, that's taking somebody else's life. So no. So no, who is I am not. No.
I understand what you're saying, Bella. You're saying that if I can, maybe I won't be able to explain it very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, those that are pro-abortion use the slogan, the tagline, "Your body, your choice."
Right.
And they insist that they get to have their choice.
Right.
Those that are pro-abortion,
Right.
and in this situation, those that are cautious about being vaccinated are saying, well, okay, for those that are pro-abortion and like to use the line, your body, your choice,
Mhm.
then fine. Well, let's work with that in regards to the vaccine. My
Yeah.
body, my choice. I don't want it, so you don't mandate it. Don't make it mandatory. Don't make me lose my job
Right.
because you want to force me to have a vaccine, which hasn't gone through any long-term studies, which some
It.
leading medical experts, some statistics, some evidence is showing is harmful and can lead to death.
Mm-hmm. And is harmful to special males in their early 20s.
Right. To the
Their
I
hearts.
mean, which we kind of forgotten about. I mean, these things get talked about for a day or two and then they're dropped.
By the way,
I
let
just
me say it really quick before I forget. Sorry to interrupt you, but the business owners have, I mean, it's their choice if they want to hire or they want to keep people in, that are not vaccine. That's so it's technically the government isn't
mm,
forcing people to lose their
mm.
jobs. It's the people who own the businesses.
Yeah, because I think I'm right in saying that if you're a libertarian and you're of the "don't tread on me" type of belief,
Mm-hmm.
then you've got to allow private businesses to make their own choices.
Right. I think
And
they should.
yeah, it does seem. I'm trying to think why a private business would want to enforce the people to strongly encourage people to be vaccinated.
Because a
I
lot
mean,
of them themselves believe everybody should be vaccinated.
that can only be it, really, can't it? That
Mhm.
they all believe it's this belief of being vaccinated is the right thing to do. I mean, to me, I think, like, if I wind the clock back, I think I was hopeful for a vaccine to come, and we just wait this out until the vaccine, and I was
Mhm.
fully prepared to have a vaccine. I think is I'm right in saying, but at this point, I think it's perfectly reasonable to question whether or not it's the right thing to do. There's too
Right.
much evidence out there,
There's too much
and there's
uncertainty about it.
yeah. Even if we're to acknowledge that there's a very high risk that a lot of the information is false to
Mhm.
some degree, we can all be lied to.
Mhm. And
Um,
that's what I was gonna just point. That's what I was just gonna point on, Picker. Is again the government, the politicians, they're all counting on everybody believing everything they say.
yeah,
When have they ever been honest to the us?
yeah,
Like they lie, they
yeah,
deceive. They, I mean, what does it say? You can talk for a second, but I'm going to go get my Constitution. There's a certain part in the Constitution I want to read because this is not happening. This,
yeah,
what it says in the Constitution is not happening. But then again, you got to remember, everyone, certain groups of people think we should get rid of our Constitution as well.
yeah. Well, and your flag, you've got a racist avatar up right now, according to some. But I was, whilst you're looking for that, I'll say that a few months back I was watching Scott Adams regularly, and he just pointed out that it would be nonsense to have any faith in, really any of the United States government departments or judicial systems when you take a look at the world and see what's happening, with a large reference to um, that subject that we're not allowed to discuss anymore, the 2020 election.
Right. And that's, I mean, again, it's because a handful of people plus one own everything. Okay. So where is this part I want to read? Um where'd it go? And then, Biden's talking again about the pew pews,
About the pew pews.
Yeah. Um or protection. our protection,
Not sure what you mean. Do you mean the V's?
how we can protect ourselves here. You don't have it.
Oh, okay, I've got you. The Second
Yeah.
Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I could have just said that. Yeah. Okay, I think it's Article 8. Let's see, Section 7. I thought it was Section 8. Okay. Hold on, let me see. I know I saw it. Is it right? There's a certain part. Okay, so this one, Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges. Okay, where's the... God, this is the wrong... I'm looking in the wrong... Well, anyways, it was a part about... Okay, so let me just read this. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. We're the governed, okay? That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. Well, it goes on and on and on. And it talks about, pretty much, it states that they work for us.
Mhm.
If they are turning tyrannical on us, we can get rid of them.
But that's which is kind of what they want anyway, don't they? They want. If we're to believe in the New World Order.
Trump didn't want it. He wanted people to take hydrochloroquine at first. I don't even know if I believe that Trump actually took the vaccine. I know he said he did, but I don't know. I don't trust. He didn't come up with all of the vaccines. Look how many there are.
Yeah.
And I don't put my trust in Trump either, Jamie. I know a lot of people think because I love Trump, I go on everything he says. No, on this one, no. The only person I put my full trust in is God. There's going to be politicians that come and go. There's going to be people that are great, people that are evil, people that are good. You know, it's like I don't put my trust in Trump. I put my trust in God. And God's telling me, no. God's saying don't do it. And I've prayed about it.
Yeah. I mean, well, you can't, everyone makes mistakes.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I think it is Trump, as far as I understand, is still pushing for the vaccine. As far
But
as I
he
understand,
keeps saying it should be a choice.
should be a choice. Yeah.
He's not
Um,
saying people should be forced.
mm,
But he's for it, he says.
yeah, which strikes me as a little strange, because to me, I don't know. I've just seen quite a lot of rhetoric. A few interviews from leading medical experts, pointing to, I'll say a host of medical issues with the vaccines, which can be derided as being alarmist or whatever else. We don't know. I don't know. But that is what some of these leading medical experts are saying. And to me, Trump is normally, I don't know what words to use, but he's normally pretty, I'll just say happy to go along with a lot of things which are against the mainstream narrative.
Well, maybe there's one really good vaccine and he's good with. I don't know. I just know that this says the right of people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause supported by the oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. I mean, so you know how they're saying, people are saying they're going to be coming to our houses, and a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Yeah, well, I mean, interestingly, in Sydney, there is military on the ground, and so they've been. I don't know everything about it, but they have been present at some of the protests. There's been a couple of protests. People have been arrested during the protests and even prior to the protests for being in any way a part of the organization. And I was reading that it's fact that military are on the ground in Sydney. That's fact. It has been. Yeah, there's some videos of them actually walking the streets of a given suburb. I can't remember which. But yeah, I mean, they are saying that they will be going door to door and ensuring that people are abiding by the lockdown rules, which are pretty strict.
They've already done it in some states here.
Right, yeah.
And in other countries, people have shown videos of police officers holding people down, just beating them, hitting them, getting them.
Yeah.
And I get that, Jamie. Okay, he says he took the vaccine. Yeah. And he's telling people, but he also, again, is saying it's a choice. And, but what happened to, I need to find this. What happened to all of the politicians and the governor of New York and all of these people that said, I don't trust the FDA. I don't trust the government. I'm not going to take the vaccine. We can't expect the American people. That's when Trump was in office, right? We can't expect the American people to take this vaccine, right? But then all of a sudden, Trump's out of office, and now we better take that damn vaccine, right? I don't even want to talk about these FEMA camps they're talking about. Hold on, where's
the most important thing on Jamie's comment? The most important thing I think that he says is he needs to protect his children. yeah, I mean, kind of obviously, but yeah, I mean, I
Did
think
your
that
kids get the vaccine, Jamie?
that is something that's been talked about more and more, making the vaccine available for 16 and 17-year-olds in the UK.
Mm,
But generally, I think below that age, it's not recommended at this stage.
yeah.
But yeah, I think like obviously we want to protect ourselves, we want to protect our family, our children, of course.
Coffee, you really don't think that they said that because Trump was in there? Really? You think they just changed their mind? They weren't. No, they. I mean, on a daily basis, all the news stations, all those politicians, everybody was trying to destroy him. And God forbid we take a vaccine that's under Trump. No, they didn't do any.
Yeah,
And I
well,
guess there's placebos out there too. So who knows? Maybe they took placebos.
yeah, Kamala Harris said in an interview that she would never take Trump's vaccine.
Oh, I've got Cuomo saying it.
Yeah,
I mean Biden. Everybody, a lot of them were saying it. But the other thing, though, is when you look at, you take Fauci, his wife, who she works for, the NIH or whatever. Then you've got Bill Gates. All of these people, if you do your research on them, they are huge for depopulation.
yeah.
Like, people just don't do their research on these people. Bill Gates has been talking for years about how to go about depopulating. And him and Fauci were college roommate. I mean, they're very connected. A lot of these people are it again, so very few of these people, very few people own everything. It didn't send some of my stuff. I want to find that gal. I want to find that.
Trump, I think I caught you. That's to the end, Patriots. I told everybody I was going to take a step back and focus on me and my family. And don't get me wrong, I am
Hold
a
on.
personal time. But
I'm listening to
the Holy Spirit just is not letting me rest right now. Okay? My fear.
So, I mean, a lot of people are talking, are turning on Trump for talking about telling people to get the vaccine.
We are living in, it's going to happen, okay? But the definition of courage.
Well, I guess those people that are unvaccinated.
Is right in the presence of fear. So I am going to continue to talk about everything that God is telling me.
Okay, I don't care about that.
I know I said the Cuomo stuff is a distraction, and I stand by that 100%.
That's coming through a little quiet, to let you know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find something. I'm trying to find this one.
Hey, my friends, I hope you're doing good. In case you missed it, it's Saturday and it's breaking. Take a look at this.
CDC not mandating its employees to be vaxxed.
Guys, one thing that Democrats do is they have a long.
Well, I saw a headline. I think it's the current CEO of Pfizer recently went to Israel, and he still hasn't been vaccinated.
Yeah.
I think
Did you
that's
see
recent.
Obama's party? Oh, he's getting a lot of backlash for that. He had lots of people at his party in no masks. And then somebody recorded this thing that AOC was speaking at for colleges.
Yep.
And somebody was recording, and it's they didn't have any of their masks on, right? Until it was time to take a photo and stuff. And then everybody puts their masks on. A lot of people put their masks on. And then when it's done, AOC talking to everybody, she's sitting right next to them. So does it not does the vaccine know when you're standing and you're 6 feet away and sitting? Like, I'm confused.
Well, also, months ago you had a picture of Fauci in a stadium, which was mostly empty, but even so, he wasn't wearing a mask. And I think I'm right in saying in Fauci's emails, which were leaked, he says that the masks don't do anything.
Yeah, they don't. They don't. The masks don't do anything. I mean, they're, and scientists have even said, doctors have said, and I'm waiting for this one doctor to end up like gone, because he's spoken out and he's said, given a lot of information, but he said it's worse for us to be breathing in back in our own air, our own germs, and our own, our mouths are dirty, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find this one.
It's like if you've got a cold and you hold a handkerchief to your face all day long, you're just going to reinfect yourself or something like that. I'm not a doctor, but you're exposing yourself to your own germs constantly, your own viral load, whatever it is.
The freaking California migration went up there.
And why is it
And now
that people are they're letting in all these people over the borders with no masks, no vaccinations? They're just dumping them off, busing them to this, dropping them off at this store in California. They're doing it. This Ben, who's been a reporter since since Trump got elected, or when he was running, and he was down there recording it, and he's talking to these guys. He's a Christian guy. He's awesome. He's very caring. Like, and most people you talk to that are on the quote right side or whatever, they just want everyone to unify. They just want everybody to stand up for themselves and don't just believe everything that's on the news or everything we read,
Yeah. Well, I would think when you were saying that, what do I think? Those that are on the right, Republicans or conservatives, what do they want? They want a functioning economy, is what they want. Because they want things to work. They want to have a better life. They want their children to have a better life. That's what they're focused on.
I mean, we don't hate. We don't want hate. We don't want division. We want everybody to have the American dream. There's nothing wrong with that,
I mean, to me, at this point, the American dream, like the notion of owning a detached home, man and woman together in unity, with a couple of kiddywinkles, with their nice Ford Bronco, their nice new Ford Bronco, that's too far for most people. I mean, it's like for a long time we could look at Generation Z and know that the economy is not going to serve them well. We've known that for a long time, and that's pre-COVID, pre-multiple lockdowns. They're not going to get the American dream. They don't even want it anymore. They just want to be trans. They want to be gender fluid. That's what they're interested in.
Oh, who is this? She's on. Do you ever see eyes that are the black part of your eyes are like oval, kind of, not circular, just long and oval? That's crazy.
Like a reptilian.
Yeah, like a reptilian. Exactly. Creepy. Oh, this guy's great. Listen.
All right, DJ Gabe coming in from Sacramento, Jersey, Vegas.
Jersey, Vegas, girl. Woo woo.
All deemed conspiracy theorists for suggesting that there might be a digital jab passport on the horizon. Well, I think we're all due an apology because guess what? They're here. That's right, they're here. So not only are there, over 30 bars and restaurants in LA now that are requiring proof of job to enter.
Oh
There's
my
now
gosh.
specific locations, aka Cicada in downtown Los Angeles, that require you to verify your job status via a link on their website, which routes you to the fucking CDC. At which point you then enter in all of your personal information, and if you pass the test and you come up as jabbed in the system, then you can go back to the website and proceed to book your reservation.
Oh my
Just got an
god.
email that my son has to wear a mask at school.
So yeah, the school. Here's the thing too. Here's another thing that really chaps my hide. Thing that chaps my hide is the kids. Okay, these kids. Okay, so many, even of these politicians, have said kids aren't affected by COVID as much. Like they don't get it as easy. They're not catching it. But what I don't agree with, and this absolutely I don't agree with it, and if anyone tried to come and take my kids or force my kids, they're saying that if a kid's 12 or older, or they can nod their head and understand what the person at the school is telling them about the jab, and they can consent to it, they don't have to tell their mom or dad. And there's a way how that it can just not even be in the records or anything. Like, I have to go back and find that video, but I mean, there's some shady stuff going on.
So what? So to clarify that, so you're saying that some schools in America are allowing the children to be jabbed without their
Without the
parents'
parents'
knowledge,
consent. Yep.
and without even informing the parents.
That's the plan. That's what they're saying. They
Right.
are allowed to do.
Yeah, shady shit, like you say.
Yeah. And Coffee, I know you. I don't, even though if you agree with your child getting the jab, I know you wouldn't be happy if they just went ahead and did it without your permission. I know that about you. That is not okay. Nobody has a right to touch your child. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely fucking not. Excuse my language. And so the red, white, and blue is now no, they're just saying, Jamie, that the younger kids aren't getting it as much as the adults are.
I mean, I'm no doctor, surprise, surprise, but isn't that a little bit weird that a disease, I mean, is it a disease, a virus, that it's choosy, it won't affect children? Why wouldn't it affect children as much as it does adults? I don't get that.
Yeah.
And like in Australia, well, I mean, worldwide, really, you know, when the lockdowns first happened, I remember in America, you had those peaceful protests going on, and your medical experts were saying everyone's got to abide by the lockdown rules unless it's to go out to protest. So that's perfectly fine to go out to protest. And likewise, I remember in Australia, you know, everyone had to be in lockdown apart from it's okay for the kids to go to school. Hang on. If this is so viral and infectious, and you've got a social distance, why are you going to allow, you know, 1,000 kids to go to school to be locked up in a single
And you
building?
really think, and you think masks are really going to work when kids who have snotty noses and, you know, they're wiping their nose all day, they're touching their face, they're going, you know, playing with other kids. So the red, white, and blue now is offensive, but this is,
it is. I'm offended.
It's offensive. There was people in sports. What was it that just happened? The what's it called? Gosh, I can't remember.
Olympics.
Yeah, the Olympics. There was that chick. I don't follow sports too much, but I heard about this case because she was worried about winning because she didn't want to have to listen to the Star Spangled Banner and
Yeah.
you know what it's like and be proud to be from America.
Yeah,
Well,
and they
I
apparently she got bronze or something. I think
yeah,
this was
bronze.
this the Olympics or pre-Olympics? But anyway, she was angry because the officials of the Olympics or whatever thing it was, they played the anthem,
Mhm.
so she had to look awkward and she covered her head with her
Yeah.
jersey or something.
She's so ashamed.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, why don't go somewhere else that you're going to be proud to represent?
Well, yeah, I mean, I remember being on social media and there were people, I can't remember exactly what it was about. Like, they were all anti-Trump.
Mhm.
Oh, America's, they kept saying, make America great again. America's never been great. America's awful.
Right.
And I remember saying to them, well, fuck off then, go somewhere else. And, and nobody did.
Right.
You had all of these celebrities saying that if Trump gets in, they'll
Yeah.
move to Canada or Mexico.
Yeah.
Not a single one of them did.
Mhm.
It's not actually that difficult to relocate, to move. People do it all the time, move to different countries. It happens constantly.
Especially a lot of them that said it have a lot of money. So
Yeah.
you think
Easily
so.
relocate.
Do you know the Gettysburg Address?
I mean, I've heard the term, but no.
I'm going to read it. I love reading this stuff. 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. President Abraham Lincoln, November 19th, 1863. That's and the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. I think it's I think we're coming close to the rapture. I really do. I think, and it's crazy if people didn't believe in the Bible, if people didn't believe in God before. If you're paying attention to what's going on, it's pretty plain to me.
I'm an atheist, so I don't believe in the Bible, but I respect it. But it's I don't know. I mean that what you've just read there, the Gettysburg's Address,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it seemed like respecting the values of old America,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems to me that
That's gone.
we're in the process of going. Yeah, it's been ushered out.
Right, burning down,
Um,
burning flags, breaking
yeah,
down statues. They don't
yeah,
want the Pledge of Allegiance anymore.
yeah,
Everything they just want to get rid of.
yeah. And like that example that you gave of the lady at the Olympics, that's just
Mm-hmm.
like a visual representation of that. The commonness of hating America by Americans, or
But
certainly disliking.
here's the thing people don't understand. You have to stand for something in life. And if you don't, there's no direction. There's no rules. There's no, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
America has been a strong country, the strongest country for a reason, right?
yeah,
I believe it's because we stood for something. Now anything goes, right? And we're deteriorating. And once America, if 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 they're able to take down America, that's it. I mean, that's it. They can kill us all off and build their own world like they want.
yeah. I mean, I agree with that from my ignorant point of view. I mean, America has been, apparently it still is, the world's greatest superpower.
With
You know,
Biden as president. Sorry.
you've had American excellence since before World War II. You know, and if it can come tumbling down, then yeah, good luck every other country in the world.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that. Like, I understand what you're saying about if you're just going to be destructive, you need to be you need to be positive about something. If you look at Americana, I think I'm right in saying, you know, like if I think of Americana, Alex Jones, these are capitalists, but these are people that just want to go out there and progress with the world, and you know, build the American dream to the best of their ability, or if they're not able to do that, to build something at least to contribute and to improve the world. And maybe they do so in foolish ways. You know, if you look at the I can't think of the right terms, but the ecology, you know, the environment, maybe there's been foolhardiness with trying to progress with industry and such, has caused a lot of harm. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, there's a positive moving forward force behind Americana and capitalism, I would say. And I would say those that are anti-American, those Americans that are anti-American, I think they probably do have something that they do believe. You know, it's not just them being destructive. I think they believe they do have something positive, and that something positive is being inclusive, and having a more equity-based economic system where everyone gets whatever they want. Yeah, so I guess they do believe in that.
Well, here's the thing too. They want us to need them. The government wants the people in the government want us to need them. It's going to come down to, I've been talking to people at the grocery stores. Here's another thing people will say, oh, you're just a conspiracy there. Listen, I've talked to people at the grocery stores, managers that order produce, that order stuff. They say they're not getting the stuff sent to them. I mean, guaranteed, we're going to have, I mean, there's going to be places, it's going to come to it There's going to be places where the government will give you food if you have gotten the jab. I mean, it's just a process. Wait, it's going to happen. So I would just, people need to stock up. Seriously.
Well, yeah, I mean, even with your peaceful protests, you had truck drivers stopping, going to certain cities or parts of certain cities. You got no-go zones.
Mm-hmm. It's coming.
Yeah,
People
it's
don't want
coming.
to believe it, but it is. Did you ever think that you wouldn't be able to go into a place and eat? Or did you ever think that you couldn't go into a restaurant because you wore a red hat that said "Make America Great
Yeah.
Again"? Like, I'm just
Crazy.
saying, fine, some people hate him, whatever, but they're taking away rights continually.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. Like, to me, like the hatred and the violence thrown towards those that would wear a MAGA hat,
Yeah.
whether or not those that wore it did so fully knowing that it's going to provoke some people, but that became normalized. It became
But why?
there wasn't.
Why is it provoking somebody? Because you support somebody that you don't like? How
It's
long has that been happening when it comes to
I
politics?
here's my answer to that, right? So yeah, if the question is why is wearing a MAGA hat, which is from President Trump, not some, not Adolf Hitler, not some completely extreme far right weirdo or cultist or anything like that. President Trump, pretty middle of the road, a lot of people would say, and your current president, and supporting him and his values. That's what caused that. That's what provoked these provoked violence. Because I would say because people chose to be that offended. People chose to be offended to that extreme, and they chose to justify their bad behavior, which included violence, and justified the bad behavior of others around them.
But wait, weren't they saying Trump was Hitler? He was going to force things. He was going to be against the LGBTQ. He was going to transgenders weren't. He was going to take away everyone's. Wait a minute, what's happening now? Like, who's being forced to do things? Like
everybody. Yeah, you're right. Like, there's a comedian, an Australian comedian. I saw him live once, Jim Jeffries, and he was really, really good for a short period of time. But yeah, he was one that was on an American interview talk show, and he said, Hitler didn't invade Poland in the first week or something like that. The meaning being, okay, you've got Trump in now. Sure, he's not going to implement these laws, these abhorrent genocidal laws immediately, but he will. Just give him time.
Right.
It's craziness. It's a lack of sanity. It's a lack of sanity.
Right.
And
war. He didn't want war at all. Trump does not want war. He made peace. He wanted people to make peace.
Well, no one else has had the relationship he had with Kim Jong-un.
Right.
No one else will.
Kim Jong-un. Hold on, I want to. Oh, excuse me.
Whoa.
Have you ever heard me burp before?
Not like that. That was a heck of a. That was a proper ripper. That one.
That was a proper ripper. Hold on, I'm wanting to. Hold on. Will it just let me be on here? No, I don't want to create one. Okay, I want to go into this one. Enter studio. Hold on, because hopefully my phone doesn't screw up. But okay, because I need to go. Okay. I'm gonna hang up this one. Hold on. Okay, because I gotta grab something to eat, so I needed to change to my phone. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yep.
So I bought more corn on the cob. today because I made some the other night and then I left it in the pot overnight and, you know, had to throw it out.
Oh,
But I love, for some reason, I've been craving corn on the cob.
are you
And
pregnant?
no, I don't have the parts. And well, you kind of have to, you know, have some fun. So, I bought some more of the ingredients that I need to make this stuff that I made. It's to help you if you get sick
Right.
with
Yeah.
certain things.
Okay.
So, but the stores, all the stores I went to, I got the organic grapefruit, but all the stores are out of organic lemons for some reason. So
Right.
I can't make it and then I found some jars at the dollar store, some glass jars. They're kind of like those mason jars, but they're not mason jars.
Yep.
To store it in. Yeah, I mean, I've been taking like a couple tablespoons of that a day. Hopefully, I don't get sick with anything.
Well, on the forums that I go to, I've heard more and more mention about ivermectin.
Ivermectin?
Yeah. Are you familiar with that? You're not familiar with that?
I've heard that name, but what is it?
Okay. I think I've pronounced it correctly. It's horse medicine. I think it's an antibiotic. I don't know. And it's been around for decades. It's been proven to be 100% safe, and it's been used as a treatment for this virus that we've got going around, and it's been shown to be extremely effective.
Right.
In India, they have kits which are like a home use kit, which they're giving away or selling. It's got a cost of $2 for a week's worth, something like that. So it's extremely low cost, and I believe it's owned or it's patented. It's either by Pfizer or Johnson & Johnson, one of them. So a lot of people are saying, the conspiracy theorists are saying that no one's the big pharma aren't talking about ivermectin because it is very cheap and it's very safe and it's very effective. And they'd rather sell the governments of the world hundreds of millions of doses of this expensive vaccine that they've created.
Yeah, and this stuff is supposed to be it's supposed to do the same thing that like hydrochloroquine does. Remember Trump was talking about hydrochloroquine?
Yeah.
That it would be very good for COVID. It's supposed to do the same thing. So
yeah.
I'm making it. I'm gonna make some more. Keep it on hand because you can freeze it, I guess.
I've never heard of that, making your own pharmaceutical medicine. I've never heard of the notion of that.
Well, this one's easy. You take 3 organic grapefruits, 3 organic lemons. You wash them down really good. You put with white vinegar, you soak in white vinegar, and then you peel the peels off, right? You take the peels, you put them in a pot, you pour water until it covers the peels, and you bring it to a boil, and then you let it simmer. You leave it on simmer for 3 hours and let all the nutrients from the peels, come out. And then you drain it and pour all the juice from it in jars.
Right.
They say that's your like hydrochloroquine.
Okay.
So that's what I've been drinking.
Well, it sounds healthy.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't taste the best, but it's not horrific, you know.
Yeah.
Lemon and grapefruit. Yeah. No one's talking.
No, I think it
You
may
know,
just be us.
this subject, you know, a lot of people, it's hard for people to talk about this stuff, you know, because not everybody agrees, and that's okay.
Coffee is here. She's asking, what are you eating?
Okay. You can hear me eating. I'm a pig. Oh, hold on. Okay. So
Well, if we're gonna hear you burp, we might as well hear you eat too.
I'm eating these crackers. Wait. These crackers with this cream cheese spread and sour cream. And then I'm eating some leftover mac and cheese that I made the other night. Last night, the night before.
Very nice.
I'm not gonna make corn on the cob. It's kind of late. I'll probably make that tomorrow.
You wouldn't consider yourself a prepper?
Mm-mm.
No.
No. The only thing that I have a lot of right now is water.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've thought about it. I have that much water. I only have like 3 gallons and then those, but I thought about prepping, like trying to little by little, because hey, it doesn't matter if you believe anything terrible is going to happen. People are going to, you know, whatever. It's always smart to have enough on hand for 3 to 6 months in case of a natural disaster or anything, you know?
Yep.
You don't have to be like a, you know, what do you call us conspiracy theorists, whatever, but.
Yeah, you don't have to build your own bunker.
You
don't have to build your own bunker.
I would love to have a bunker. I'm telling you. Wouldn't you?
Actually, yeah. I mean, the smart thing to do would be to have a house on a farm in the middle of nowhere. Have, like Robert's mentioned, have a solar panel, a couple of solar panels, a wind thingy. I can't remember what you call them. Turbine. Yeah, be self-sufficient. There is technology to make drinking water out of the atmosphere.
Isn't it crazy that you're not allowed to gather rain and drink it?
Right. I saw a headline the other day. I didn't read into it, but an 80-year-old man had been living in a forest for 30 years, completely self-sustained, and he was arrested, kicked off the property. It wasn't his property, I think.
What?
Yeah, some guy in America had been living in a wood for 30 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So they don't want you being off-grid. They want you to be where they can control you.
Oh my gosh, my brother. He's just sent me photos of the boat he's on. But I can't, he sent me a video, but I can't play it right now. Well, I'm on here, but he's making $300 a day. That's pretty good. From meth head to working on a boat, making $300 a day.
Oh yeah. What's he doing on the boat?
Oh no.
Right. Making meth.
Making meth. No.
Okay.
I'm frozen.
No, you're fine now. You were a minute ago.
So prepping's a good idea though. One of my main goals is to get myself a pew pew. You know?
Pew pew. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should get one of them.
There's nothing wrong with that, right? Sosa scared the shoot out of me last night.
Yeah.
Coffee, Jamie. If you're still here, so Sosa never barks, right? He's
Right.
just not a barker. Ever. I don't think Coffee's ever heard him bark when we've been talking. And he was sitting on my bed. All of a sudden, he starts growling. Nothing's going on, right? The AC's on. I'm sitting there trying to go to sleep. He starts growling. I'm looking around. What? Then he starts, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? I start sweating. And he's staring at my closet.
Right.
I'm like, honey, what? Sosa, what's going on? Are you okay? He's like barking. And like he's seeing something. I'm like, dude, he's freaking me out. I'm like, it's okay, honey. Nobody's here. And I thought, shit, what if someone's hiding up? Because I have this shelf thingy. Like, you can fit up there. A couple of people can fit up there.
Right.
And I'm like, shit, what if somebody's back in there? And so I'm like creeping in there. Nobody's in there. I'm like, what if they're behind the clothes? And he's just sniffing. I swear, Picker, somebody was in that closet at some point because he kept smelling it, like he smelled something, like another person. And finally, he calmed down. Do I have Ivory soap? I don't think I do, Cough. Why? What's it good for? I think it's good for a lot of things, but that was freaky because he does not bark ever.
Well, there are many cases of people living within the crawl space between walls. Yeah.
What?
Many cases of that.
What are you talking about?
People, like houses and even apartments, have spaces within the walls, and even like rooms essentially, and people live in them without the owners or the residents knowing about it. It's a thing.
I'm trying to think. So what would be over there? How would they just get in from the little thing outside?
Don't know. I mean, it's extremely unlikely, but I'm just saying that there have been cases like that. Many cases.
I've seen movies like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, someone has either been in there or he saw a spirit or something. I'm telling you.
But it could have been a possum.
Mm-mm.
Or
He's
a
in
trash
my
can.
closet.
Yeah.
There's no possum in there.
Could have been a snake.
Oh, Lord. Get some. If he breaks his nail again, put Ivory soap on it. It will stop the bleeding. Don't wet the soap, just dry Ivory. He wouldn't even let me touch it, girl. I have some stuff I actually got some peroxide on it, but I had to throw it at his foot. He wouldn't let me near that foot. I have the stuff that I got from Petco from them last time they did his nails or gave him a bath or whatever. They gave me this stuff because they cut it a little bit and he was bleeding. So they gave me that stuff to put on and it acts as a Band-Aid. I couldn't get, he would not give me his foot. I could not, for the life of me, put it on him. But what it is, I did take him, ended up taking him to Petco today and having him, they clipped his toenails and everything. Because he was licking it. Remember, Coffee, I told you he was like licking the bed. And it was getting like he would just lick the same spot. It was mainly his foot. He was doing it to his foot, his toe. But that's good to know. Because the other stuff's a powder that dries like as a Band-Aid. It was kind of a pain in the ass to try to do. I couldn't do it. Maybe I could have better luck with the bar soap. I don't know. But he was miserable from that toe, definitely. So that was a blessing getting that PayPal last night because I didn't work a whole bunch today because I was dealing with him. I did like 2 separate jobs, but so that helped. Thank you for that. You need to be able to touch his paws, every part of his body. Oh no, Coffee, he lets me play with his paws all the time when it's not sore. I'm always kissing him and touching him. But he wouldn't let me near it because his toenail split and it would hurt him. Ouch. So he wasn't letting me near it. Oh, he always lets me play with his paws. I always rub my fingers between his toes and massage him. He loves it.
Just the one toenail split?
Yeah, it was just the one. They were too long, it looks like. I know it's happened to Piper before too. But at first, I didn't know that's what it was, you know? He just seemed like he was in pain. And I was like, I finally figured out it's his damn toenail. He's such a good boy. I'm telling you, that dog is... I actually brought him into the grocery store today on his leash. And they let me. He stayed right next to me. You know? He walked right with me. He stayed right next to me. He's such a good boy. I'm telling you. I told my son when he came to pick him up tonight. I said, I took Sophie into the grocery store. He's like, really? He goes, how did he do? I knew I heard glass in here. God dang it, she broke it. Where'd it come from? She didn't wrap these like she wrapped. Where's this piece of glass come from? It probably came from. Hold on. There was a piece of glass in this jar that I bought. Where did it come from? So anyway, these are the little jars I bought to put, you know, to put the stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
And they're only $1 at the dollar store. You can do a lot with these. Put a lot of stuff in here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see. And then, you know that, you guys remember me telling you I was planting something? Do you remember me telling you that or no?
I couldn't hear that.
Do you remember me telling you I was planting something?
Should I say yes?
What?
I'll just say yes, I remember.
Well, I'll show you guys. I'm going to have to pour something in it to see if it's grown. Okay, so look at, remember I said I bought this? I bought this little, what's it called? Forget Me Not. It's, well, look at, they're pretty. They're called Forget Me Not. Look.
That's amazing.
It's growing. How often are you supposed to water these, you guys? What's it say? Doesn't say. It's supposed to get transplant seedlings to garden or a larger pot once they hit 2 to 3 inches tall. Look at, did this break? Oh no. It's actually growing. Look.
It's a miracle.
No, I'm so excited. I never grow anything. I should probably water it. Oh, it's thirsty. Okay. I'm so excited that I'm growing something. I want to start growing my own vegetables too. But I got a lot to get done. I really gotta find a place to move. But now I'm
Yep.
thinking now that those Meridorian, whatever they're called, aren't up now for 60 more days. So I'm not gonna probably be able to find another place for a couple months until people move out of their places. So kind of screwed that way, you know. I need to get out of this house. It's too big for me. I don't need it. It's too expensive. And I just want to move on with my friggin' life.
How absurd would it be to buy an RV or caravan?
Ew, I live in an RV. I don't know. I don't know if, because then I'd have to park it somewhere, and who knows if you park it around other people who have RVs. Typically, I don't know.
Well, you could buy a plot of land somewhere cheap. And,
Yeah, because I have all kinds of money laying around. This is
but you can buy very cheap land in America in some parts for like
this is the
a
closet.
few thousand.
Yeah, this is where I thought they might be hiding right
Right.
in here.
Right.
But he kept staring over here, like I was like, nobody's in here, honey. And I'm thinking, what's on the other side? What's on the other side? Okay, that's the stairway. What's right there? The house? No, there. I mean, okay, sorry. So you saying there's cheap land in America?
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is like, I'm not trying to preach or anything, but paying rent is best avoided if it can be avoided.
Mhm.
Yeah, so if you can set yourself up with a new lifestyle,
Yeah.
if perhaps now's the time to do it, even if it's just temporary, even if it doesn't work, but you try it and you give it a go for a couple of months. If it doesn't work, well, you find somewhere else. Looks like you've dropped off.
I'd have to put all my stuff in storage or something.
Get rid of it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, to me, it seems, again, I don't wish to preach or anything, but it seems foolish to just go somewhere else and pay rent, unless it's going to be drastically less than you're currently paying. Just seems sensible to get something to live in a much more low-cost way, if it's possible.
Oh yeah, coffee. That's right. The freaking pasta jars. Hey D. Oh my, yeah, D. Not many people know about this channel, so just got a few people here. I totally yes, and I know I swear I've saved a couple jars, but then I think I threw them out because I didn't use them for anything, and now, yeah, that's a good idea. That is a very good idea. You don't need to buy them. Luckily, they were only $1, but still. Okay. Well, it's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. Now I gotta work doubly hard tomorrow.
Right.
Bosa screwed me up today.
All right. Well, I'll leave you to it.
Leave you to it. Okay, I'm gonna jump off of here too. But
yeah.
Thanks for coming up, Picky.
No, thanks for having me.
It was a nice chat, huh? We should try
Yeah.
to do this more often on here.
That's all it
Okay.
is. Just a nice chat. Nothing more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
All right, I will.
Okay.
You have a good
Talk
one.
to you later.
Okay. Bye now.
Okay, guys. $1 here, $1 there. Adds up. That's right. It sure does. Next thing you know, I mean, it's true. Dollars add up. I know people think of it as like it's only 50 cents, it's only $1, it's only, and it does. It really adds up. So I'm going to have to make sure I put those for good use. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go. I think Jamie's probably gone. Bye, Dee. Thanks for coming on. Bye, Coffee. Love you. You guys are awesome. Good night, Picker. Thanks for coming up. Okay, love you guys. Bye.